Hi guys. So, my name is Stephanie. This is Green Rose Spirituality. And if you're new, hi, welcome. If you can hit like, if you want to subscribe, I would really appreciate that. So a little bit about me. I am an intuitive empath. I am clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, and claircognizant. My claircognizance is probably my strongest. That one is a strong inner knowing, and that one never steers me wrong. I am very in touch with my guides, and I appreciate all that they do for me and how they help me get messages through to people that need to hear them. So this pick a pile, it's going to be 3 piles. I'm going to try to go as quickly as possible. It's just going to be simply messages that you need to hear. Okay? So if you want any readings from me, any kind of card readings from me, down below there's going to be an email, greenrosespirituality at hotmail.com. Sorry. Send me an email and I'll give you a list of what I do, and I'll, price it out, or we can work something out together. Not a problem. Be happy to hear from you. And if anybody wants to make any donations, random donations, I'm not going to say no to that. I'm going to say thank you in advance. It is not necessary. This is, from my heart to yours. So, the 3 piles that I have, they wanted to be different decks, so they're different decks. Now, each of these decks, I read from the book. So, if it seems a little drawn, I do apologize in advance. I only pulled the first card. This one has, 3 came out at once, so I'm just going to keep them. And then when I pick the pile, I will be picking other decks of cards, and I will be shuffling and pulling from those just to give more messages. So this is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. This one is the Angelite. This one is the Amethyst. And this one of my favorites, Selenite. So take a deep breath. Don't rush into picking a deck. Whatever number, 1, 2, or 3, that just keeps on standing out in your mind, or any of the crystals, or any of the cards, the ones that you keep putting your eyes to out of all the rest. Don't be shy to pick more than 1. Sometimes I pick 2, sometimes I pick all of them. You never know what hidden messages that really resonate with you that could be in each pile, okay? So, let's get started. This is going to be for pile number 1. So, I'm going to let you know what this crystal means, because I feel like that's a big part of this reading. So, this is Angelite. And Angelite it's one that can be used to find deep feelings of peace, tranquility, helps to connect to universal knowledge and raises awareness, promotes the rebirth process after a tower moment, used for psychic channeling and angelic connections. It balances the throat chakra, promotes healing of thyroid and parathyroid, and helps with astral travel and feelings of compassion. So you can cleanse this with sage or with moonlight. You can run some room temperature water over it. I would do the full moon or selenite more. And then, yeah, it really loves the full moon. I find after I leave my crystals in the windowsill after a full moon and I go to get them, they just sparkle at me with so much happiness. So So that's what that one means. So this one, number 16. Through experiences of the past, your confidence is growing. You no longer feel the need to hide behind others. At last, you see and accept that you are a wonderful individual in your own right. You are looking for new challenges which will inspire and drive you. There is no time to waste as you are ready for action. Tears of sadness are now long gone. These difficult experiences were a huge learning opportunity. Awesome. I'm very happy for you. But you have learnt difficult lessons and realized they have made you who you are today. You may feel you still have a way to go before you feel fully confident, but you are on the right path and getting there. Take life one day at a time, and each day that passes, you will move a step closer to your goals. That is beautiful. So there's a huge message right there for pile number 1. And then the fact that it comes with the Angelite, I feel like sometimes when you're going through some big lessons, you kind of go into a sort of survival mode, or you're always like you're on edge, and then when things start to calm down, it's like, okay, but I'm waiting. I'm ready for the next, kind of blow. The next hard lesson, the next, whatever it may be. Take a breath. Take a breather. Find some time for yourself. Find some peaceful moments that you can take a walk outside. Take a quiet walk outside. And you know how when we are walking from point A to point B, like we're looking around, we're appreciating, but we're on that mission. We are on that mission to get to point B. Take a walk going nowhere. Don't give yourself a time constraint. Just enjoy. Be present. Be in the moment and enjoy, this peaceful moment. Because change quickly comes. Like it's right around the corner for all of us. It's something that happens lifelong for us, and that's awesome and it's beautiful. But when you're able to take that opportunity to just take a breather, sit back and just just enjoy. Like that. What are the cards should I pull for my pile number 1? I am going to use, P.S. this one is my Victoria Francis deck. And it does look a little dark and dreary, but they're beautiful and they have such beautiful messages in them. It's really nice. And this one is my Archangel Gabriel deck. Any messages for pile number 1 to help add to? Mother Mary and classes. Okay, so learning and teaching are part of your higher calling. And then the Mother Mary, the Blessed Mother is helping you with your divine life purpose. So if you're, you've gone through some hurdles, maybe you've gone through some hurdles where you're learning your self-worth, where you're learning your value, and you're kind of maybe moving away from one situation that was good while it lasted. It taught you the lessons that you needed to learn. But in moving away from it, you're like, okay, well, what the fuck do I do now? Your divine life purpose. Whoever is watching this channel, I have a feeling you're moving into it without even realizing. Just go with what makes your passions. You know, when I started doing this, it would make me feel so happy, but also so nervous because it's something I've never done before. And there's so much to learn. And I was nervous, but I was so excited. And it was almost like it put fire. It's almost like it breathed fire back into me, that passion. You know, so now I take that and I move towards things like that in my life, that when I start to feel that way, that happy, excited, boomy passion, I know that that is the right direction for me. I know that that is something my intuition is telling me is right for me. So yeah. And classes, you know, like if you have been curious about, you know, anything that makes you feel that way, and there's opportunities for you to learn more about it, whatever that may be, give yourself that opportunity to embrace it, you know, take those classes. For example, you know, like the sound bowls for me, I really, really want to do that. So something that makes me feel passionate. So it's something that I'm going to go and do. It could be, you know, for anybody who's in college, they want to take that extra class or a different course that, you know, maybe the one that they're in right now isn't setting with them. Maybe something different, you know, give yourself that opportunity. Life is all about learning and growing, and it's awesome. So that is it for my pile number 2. Wow, no. Okay, so maybe I said that, and I kept on wanting to say 2 throughout this reading. So perhaps for some of you, pile number 2 might really resonate for you. Take it or leave it. It won't work for all, okay? So, this is going to be for my pile number 2. Now, when this card popped out, I laughed my ass off. Like, really? Really? So I'm going to read from what I have written down. And I'm also going to read from the book on what this means. This is from my crystal. Here it is. My crystal reading cards. And not only is it an amethyst stone or crystal, you also got the amethyst card. Right? So, amethyst, what I have written down: promotes tranquility, stress reliever, soothes irritability, anger, fear, anxiety, clears negative energy, increases spiritual awareness, opens intuition and psychic abilities, strong psychic protection, helps with clarity and balancing of the crown chakra, aids in meditation, and helps with healing. So aids in meditation, and this, it says meditation on it. You can cleanse this with warm room temperature water and a soft bristle brush. So one of the amethyst stones that I have, it's got a bunch of little points, and sometimes dust and crap gets stuck in there. So if you just take like a soft bristle toothbrush, And just give it, just with some water. That's all you need. And you can energize it in the full moon. When they come out of the full moon, after letting them sit in there, they are just like extra sparkly, just very happy little stones. So, this one, amethyst. Third eye, meditation. So, I'm getting for some of you grounding. And a great way to do some grounding is through meditation. When you meditate, you're breathing at, an even pace. So what I do is I inhale through my nose and I count to 4. And then I hold it and I count to 4. And then I exhale through my mouth and I count to 4. And then I hold it and I count to 4. And I repeat that a bunch of times, sometimes for like 20 minutes. And the level of calm, okay. Some of you who picked pile number 2 could be feeling stressed, or you could be an individual who is stressed out often. Maybe you're in a stressful job, stressful environment, stressful home, stressful kids, stressful family, anything like that. Maybe you're a person that holds on to stress a little bit more than what is good for you. I'm feeling the need to really tell you to do the breathing work, do some meditation, just let your body go down to a calm. Because when we keep our body in a stress, elevated, feelings, it mucks up our chakras, it mucks up our hormones, it fucks up our sleep, it messes with our thinking, it messes with your memory, it messes with your coping skills. Like when something is minimally stressful, and when you're already stressed out, that could be, like what is popping into my head right now? When you stack cards, and then you go, and then you go, and then you put that one card, and it all falls down. That's what popped into my head. So, if that is something that you're feeling right now, try meditation. The first couple of times, it's a little, it's not the easiest, because you're giving yourself a whole new routine, a whole new thing to learn to help deal with and handle stress or anything. Really, there's a meditation for anything. It's actually fascinating. But, find a guided meditation for finding some inner peace or some stress relief or letting go of stress, or just look for it. YouTube has so much on it. Be leery of the ones, and you'll start to listen, and they're not helping you to go into that meditative state. You'll know. Rasa, I really like her. So if you need any help, email me. I'll let you know. I'll go on a search and I'll help you out. Not a problem, okay? But the meditation, I feel, and that calm, just calming yourself down. And maybe that's, so pile number 1, I feel, is connected to pile number 2, and maybe they also needed to hear this message. So I hope that helps. Like pile number 1 was taking a breath and being present, and then this one is like taking a breath and letting go of that stress, that possibly some anger that just kind of popped into my head. So I think I want to pick from here. I want to say advice. Any other messages or advice for pile number 2, the amethyst? Okay. Anything else for pile number 2? Reach out. Reach out. Sometimes a good stress reliever is talking to someone, talking to our friends, talking to our family, somebody who's not stressing you out. If it's really heavy and burdensome and, heavy on your shoulders, heavy responsibility, I think I'm hearing, reach out and talk to somebody, even if you need to go and talk to a counselor. I live in Canada, Ontario, and here we have a crisis number that you can call, and you could talk to somebody, and they can give you some tips, some tricks and tips on how to, de-escalate your own thinking. I'm hearing depression. So if you find that you're kind of feeling blue, I just heard feeling blue. If you feel like you're feeling blue, if you're kind of somber, if finding that passion, that oomph to your step, reach out to somebody. Let somebody know how you're feeling, and maybe they have some advice or some guidance that they can give to you that you never would have thought of. A different perspective. Sometimes all we need is a different perspective to help us open up that door to continue on. Don't be scared. Anything else? Okay, I'm feeling another deck. This is my guardian angels. Somber. It keeps on playing in my head. Somber. Anything for my pile number 2? Any kind of message or advice? Okay. Seven of emotion. Your angels are asking you to make an important decision that you've been putting off. It's likely you know which choice you should make, but you're procrastinating so you don't upset somebody else. Ask heaven for guidance and then make the choice that celebrates who you truly are. And then we got this, choose freedom. Sometimes you may feel as though your way is blocked, but often that's just an illusion. You could free yourself from the obstacles that you're so focused on by choosing a different path. Turn your thoughts away from negativity and instead envision endless other possibilities you might act upon. So I think that pretty much says it right there. You know, if somebody is stressing you out, somebody is hindering your progress, moving on, moving to something happy, you know, if anybody who puts you in that high stress vibration, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. And if you talk to them and explain to them how they're making you feel, and they don't do any change, and they keep putting you there, it's up to you to kind of go, okay, you know what? I can't do this. And if you're preventing yourself from respecting yourself and your own energy because you don't want to hurt their feelings, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Sometimes when we choose to stay in a situation that we're ready to leave because we don't want to hurt that person, eventually that's going to come to pass anyways. And you're just preventing this person from learning their lessons as well. Okay? They put themselves in this position. They put themselves in this spot. Sometimes you got to walk away and let them learn. Okay? I hope this helps. I wish you the best. Thank you, pile number 2, for listening. So, pile number 3. And that is with the selenite. So, I wrote down what all the crystals mean. So selenite, calming, instills deep peace, perfect for meditations and spiritual work. Protective, clears, opens, activates the crown and higher chakras. So your crown, wow, third eye, crown, and then right above the crown is your soul chakra, or your star chakra, sorry. Activates the crown and higher chakras, psychic enhancer, connects to the angelic realm, useful in Reiki. When you use it and you're trying to clear a chakra, I am clear. I am clear. I am clear. Meditate. Keep on saying that. It will help clear you. Okay? Doesn't like to be recharged. It's a charging crystal, so it already does its job, and it also helps to charge other crystals. It's really, really good. I tend to sleep with this one under my pillow at night, and the dreams, we jeebus, like, they're awesome. And I can tell a difference as opposed to not sleeping with it to sleeping with it. So with this one, you got 3 cards. You got the Yang upside down, you got the Here and Now, and you got the To Be Fair. So I'm going to read them quickly from the book, and I'm hearing Oracle, so I'm going to read the Oracle meaning, except for the Yang, that one is reversed. So be mindful of the tendency towards impulsive action, overconfidence, and aggressive behavior. Think before you act, lest you find yourself in a situation that will lead to uncomfortable consequences. Okay, woo, I'm pretty. Ego space. I'm hearing, sorry. Be sure you really want what you're chasing after, because you might be sorry when you get it. The appearance of this card isn't cause for fear, for life is all about learning lessons. Practice temperance, diplomacy, and thoughtful consideration before making a move. 32. Oracle. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today. If you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past, be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. Okay, so I'm already getting some messages before I even go to the To Be Fair, because I'm kind of feeling like I don't even need to read the book on this one. If you are kind of an impulsive person, verbal, I'm hearing verbal. If you're kind of a gossiper, and if you're kind of a gossiper and you're gossiping impulsively based on your emotions. So, this person made me upset today, so I'm going to talk shit about them behind their back. And, the next day things are all honky-dory and things are great. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to let that go. But then that person hears about it and comes up to you in your face and is like, yo, what the fuck? I heard this. Like, that really hurt me. There's consequences to actions, and shit like that, it does come back and bite you in the ass, okay? So if you needed to hear this message, heed these warnings. Like, watch your mouth, watch what you say, watch how you react with your emotions verbally. Try to be a little bit more fair-minded. Perspective just popped into my head. Try to have different perspectives. So if somebody is pissing you off, try to put yourself in their shoes. And if they're not usually like that, if they don't usually do that, put yourself in their shoes. And maybe they're having a bad day. Like, as a female, sometimes bitches have fucking bad days. Try to be understanding, try to be fair-minded, try to be compassionate towards them. You'll find the more that you think on a more compassionate or react more compassionately, the less gossipy, you'll start to feel, and things will kind of switch. And I feel like for some of you that really hinders maybe friendships or change or growth. I heard growth like 5 different times. So it could be hindering your growth. Try to be more mindful, and also be mindful. They're directing me to explain the inner thinking. So on the outside,